So today I'm going to be giving you my full review on Dolce & Gabbana The One Eau de Parfum Intense Gold, I believe is what the name of this one is. If you want to be technical with it, yeah, that is the entire name. It's probably not going to show up on the bottom of the bottle, but right there on the top, we have For Men Gold Eau de Parfum Intense by Dolce & Gabbana. Or my preferred name is Dolce & Gabbana The One Gold. But hey, whatever floats your boat. At this point, there's been so many flankers that they just had to keep adding on words to the name to make it different. We're going to be going over this one today. I'm going to tell you how it smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, and ultimately, if I think it's worth picking up. And I'll have to say right off the bat here, I've had a bit of a change of heart on this one. If you've seen my first impressions, then, well, you'll see that I've come a long way with this one. So I'm excited to get into it. We'll start off with the smell. So this one opens up very fresh and aromatic, citrusy, a little bit bright. And that's what threw me off initially, because when you take a look at the line Dolce & Gabbana The One, what is it known for? Well, you know, it started out with the amber and tobacco combination. That's kind of what the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum is known for, and that's what they do best. Now, of course, there have been many other flankers as well, like, for example, the one gray, and that one has a bit more of a fresh approach also, so it's not like this was out of left field. But for me, when I think of a Dolce & Gabbana The One fragrance, I typically think of the warmer, smoother, spicier, and richer versions. Now, we had Dolce & Gabbana The One Eau de Parfum Intense in the black bottle with gold accenting that came out sometime before this one. And so that one there was initially not what everyone thought it was going to be. I think people were really hoping that it would be Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP smell, but stronger, like they took everyone's feedback and actually fixed the performance, and that's not what it was at all. That one was a Cashmerean ISO E super heavy variant that really didn't smell anything like the original. So this one here opens up with some blood orange, some clary sage, kind of aromatic, kind of fresh. We'll take a look at the note breakdown here. Up top, we have blood orange, ginger, bergamot in the mid, clary sage, cardamom, geranium, and in the base, patchouli, amberwood, and vetiver. So you'll notice no tobacco, no sandalwood of sorts, quite a bit of a different note breakdown than the originals, and also different than some of the other flankers as well. So there's no denying that this one does open up undoubtedly well. They've done a great job capturing the opening here from that brightness, that freshness. You do actually pick up on a little bit of that cardamom up top. Now, it's not super strong. It's definitely not a spicy scent forward. It's more kind of bright and aromatic centric here, with the spices following behind that. You pick up on the geranium. That's adding to the aromatic feel. Typically, a geranium will be somewhat of a green variety in terms of smell, and sometimes it'll have a mintiness. It's not so much a minty smell here, rather than just adding to kind of an aromatic green, clean smell. And the clary sage is also doing a similar thing. Another thing that you pick up on, and it's pretty hard to miss, is the amberwood. So that's kind of giving off this, in a way, kind of fresh, semi-sweetness and a little bit of a clean smell. To me, amberwood a lot of times can give off like a lavender smell a little bit. Like just, you know, little nuances of lavender because there's no lavender listed in here, but I pick up on it. And when I go and look back at some other fragrances that have a relatively forward amberwood note, I pick up on nuances of lavender as well. Now, something like Yves Saint Laurent Y, EDT, EDP, those do have lavender listed in them, I believe, but they also have very strong amberwood notes. And the amberwood that's used in those Y fragrances smells very similar to what's being used in here. And if you smell Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Parfum, I'm very familiar with it, you will be able to pick up on the amberwood without a doubt in this one. So it's kind of fresh, resinous, clean, tiny bit sweet, that sort of thing. Has a little bit of a fuzzy, sparkling nature as well, especially when you get some heat on it. Vetiver. There's a little bit of vetiver that you pick up on in here in the base. It's not too undoubtedly strong. It's not like a vetiver-centric fragrance, but it's there providing some masculine woods and a little bit of a clean smell also. You get a little bit of the patchouli. It's not too strong. It's not like a super earthy patchouli. It's not a patchouli of the chocolatey variety. Sometimes patchouli can give off that type of smell. It's more of just a green overall smell, that also adding to the aromatic nature of the scent. Smelling this one on skin, smelling it on paper, smelling it off the atomizer. You can pick up on that blood orange, bergamot, juiciness up top, and even some of that amberwood off the atomizer as well. I have to say that I really, really like this one now. I do, okay? And that happens. I will go into a fragrance with expectations that maybe are unreasonable, or just maybe I'm hoping for something else. And when I smell it for the first time, and you guys can watch this, it's live on camera, then I'm kind of let down because it's not what I was maybe hoping for. But after you give something some time, after you wear it for a while, after you maybe even take a break from it for a while, if you're frustrated from it and you're just like, nah, I don't even want it, and you come back to it, then you're approaching it with a different set of eyes, you're approaching it with a different attitude, and that's when you can start to pick up on things about it that you really like when you put everything else aside. And that's what happened here for me with this one. When I step back and I appreciate the smell and the smell only, I really, really like it. I think it smells great. Now, obviously, there are a ton and a whole crap load of fragrances out there that to some extent could do a similar thing to this one. And by that, I mean just being super mass pleasing, super clean, super wearable, great compliment getter, all of that stuff. There's a ton out there. So you can take your pick. It doesn't have to be this one. For me, I still like how this comes across. I would wear it over some other fragrances out there for sure. But when I smell this one with the thought of it being a Dolce & Gabbana The One flanker, that's where I was having some issues, because it to me just doesn't really seem like a flanker. To me, this could just be standalone. Why are they putting it in this line other than to use the one name to help market it further? Because this has nothing to do with really any of the other flankers. It's a standalone scent. I mean, it's off doing its own thing here. So we'll take a quick look at a couple of the Fragrantica comparisons. We have Azzaro Wanted, the original. I don't really think it smells like that at all, and that's 3-3. Hugo Boss Reversed, 1-0. I don't think so. We've got Bottega Veneta something. I haven't smelled it, so I don't know. Invictus, no, not at all. Dolce & Gabbana K, nope. Invictus Victory, definitely not. And 212 VIP Men Party Fever, no, not a lot. Not at all, actually. So yeah, those comparisons there are just off on their own thing, doing some weird stuff. I don't think it smells like any of them. So this one is an Eau de Parfum Intense concentration. Longevity on my skin is about 6 to 7 hours. So not really too great. And really none of the line is known for being a good performer. And this one doesn't really crack that code either. Now for me, because it smells just really pleasant, I will put up with that. And a lot of times what I've been doing here as I've been testing it prior to this review is I like to wear it kind of as a midday scent, or I guess to start the day. And then by midday, switch to something else. I've got so many fragrances that perform similar to this one that I'm like, okay, I got to start doing something about this, because typically, yes, I do like something that has that 8-hour performance and even beyond. And so I've kind of started to make use of fragrances like this to start my day. That way I can wear 2 in a day and they won't clash. This one will be gone by about, midday, depending on what time I get up and apply it. I can wear something else after. So for me, it's actually kind of nice to have something that's a bit lower. However, if it's going to be your dedicated work scent or school scent, you may start to struggle with that, and you may not want to carry a bottle around to reapply it. So that's something that you'll have to think about. I also don't find the projection on this one to be too strong either. It's very much a personal bubble scent. So normally that would be good if it's, a date fragrance. I don't necessarily see this as a date night scent. I see it more as a kind of a versatile everyday scent like I was talking about. And so with something like that, I would want a bit more projection. So I think performance on this one, unfortunately, is a little bit lacking. The quality is great. Dolce & Gabbana usually is not going to put out something that smells cheap or synthetic. Now, maybe you don't like amberwood. Maybe you don't like how this smells, but I would say that it doesn't smell cheap or anything by any means. There's definitely a difference between not liking something or not liking a particular note or aroma chemical versus saying that it is synthetic because you don't like those notes. So I think the quality is very smooth here from opening to dry down. The bit of spiciness that this one has does complement the citrus and the aromatic notes very well. Now this type of thing is obviously going to be a great compliment getter. Smells great to just about anyone out there. If you are after compliments and you want something that's going to be very pleasant and very inoffensive, this one's going to do it for you. So my final thoughts on Dolce & Gabbana the One Gold. I really like it, and it has grown on me. You know, from just taking a look at the scent standpoint, I think it smells very pleasant, and I actually really like it. It's got a nice juiciness about it, that bit of spiciness. The way everything mixes together is very pleasant for me. Now, when taking a look at it as the one flanker, I just don't think it makes a whole lot of sense there. And also the performance could be a bit better for a lot of you out there, so that is another negative. But all in all, I do think it's a very pleasant scent. Whether it's going to be something that you want to get is going to be up to you to test and figure out on your own. I will provide links to this one down below. Let me know if you've tried the One Gold yet. If you have, what do you think? If you haven't, are you going to? And if you want to become a channel member and watch these videos in advance, see some bonus vlogs, bonus top 10s, and chat with me in a private group chat, you can join the memberships that will be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.